3 countries will rise, 3 will collapse. Baba Vanga's 2025 warning. The past is written in stone, but the future, it is a puzzle waiting to be solved. History has shown us that great empires rise and fall like waves crashing against the shore. But what if we are standing on the edge of the next great shift? Baba Vanga, the blind seer whose prophecies have sent shivers down the spines of historians and skeptics alike, foresaw an earth-shaking transformation in 2025. She spoke of 3 nations set to ascend to newfound power and 3 others fated to collapse into obscurity. Could her words be more than just speculation? Could we already be witnessing the pieces falling into place? Welcome to the Journey of Wisdom, where today we unlock the secrets of Baba Vanga's 2025 warning. Which nations will rise? Which will fall? And what does this mean for the future of our world? Stay with us until the end, because the answers might just change the way you see what's coming. Before we dive in, if you're new here, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom to stay ahead of the curve. And for those already part of this growing community, consider becoming a member to support the channel and gain access to exclusive insights. Now, let's step into the mind of Baba Vanga and unravel the fate of nations. Number 1. About Baba Vanga and her prophecies. Baba Vanga, often called the Nostradamus of the Balkans, has intrigued the world for decades with her astonishingly accurate predictions. Her visions have foretold global events with eerie precision, from the fall of the Soviet Union to the tragic 9/11 attacks, leaving people both fascinated and fearful of what she saw. But how did an elderly blind woman from a small village possess such insights? Some say she was divinely gifted, a conduit for unseen forces, while others believe she was simply an extraordinary observer of human nature and world affairs, capable of detecting patterns and trends before they became evident to the rest of us. Regardless of the source of her knowledge, her prophecies continue to capture the attention of millions, especially when they seem to align with the rapid changes we experience today. Now, as we stand on the brink of 2025, a year she foresaw as significant, her predictions take on a new level of urgency. We live in an age of relentless technological progress, where artificial intelligence is reshaping industries, economies, and even the way we think. Climate crises are pushing the limits of our planet, forcing societies to adapt or suffer the consequences. Political landscapes are shifting unpredictably, creating new alliances while old powers struggle to maintain control. In this whirlwind of transformation, Baba Vanga's words resonate more than ever, not as a roadmap set in stone, but as a mirror reflecting the possibilities of our future. Do her visions warn us of an inevitable fate, or are they a call to awareness, urging us to take control of our own destinies? If history has taught us anything, it's that while predictions may hint at what's to come, our actions determine the outcome. So, as we unlock the mysteries of 2025, let's remember that wisdom is not just in foreseeing events, but in preparing for them, adapting, and making choices that lead to prosperity and peace. What lies ahead is uncertain, but our ability to shape it remains in our hands. Number 2. The prophecy of rising nations. 1. Turkey. The crossroads of continents. Throughout history, certain nations have found themselves at the heart of global change, and according to Baba Vanga's prophecies, Turkey is one such country set to rise. Positioned at the intersection of Europe, Asia and the Middle East, Turkey has always been more than just a landmass. It is a bridge between civilizations, a crucial player in trade, politics and military strategy. The Bosphorus Strait, a narrow yet immensely significant waterway, carries nearly 10% of the world's trade, reinforcing Turkey's role as a gatekeeper of global commerce. But its influence extends beyond geography. In recent years, Turkey has been actively reshaping its economy, investing in cutting-edge defense technology and establishing itself as a key diplomatic force in an increasingly unstable world. Its involvement in regional conflicts, mediation efforts, and military expansion suggest a nation not just rising, but strategically positioning itself for dominance on the world stage. Baba Vanga's visions often speak of shifts in power, and Turkey's ascent aligns with the broader changes happening globally. With the world undergoing economic realignments, shifting alliances, and technological transformations, Turkey is making its mark in multiple sectors. Its ambitious energy projects, military advancements, and growing role in international organizations indicate a country that is not just adapting to change, but driving it. The question remains, will Turkey's rise be smooth, or will challenges arise to test its strength? Like all nations seeking power, Turkey faces economic pressures, geopolitical tensions, and internal divisions. Yet history has shown that those who adapt, persist, and innovate often emerge as leaders. Could Turkey be the nation Baba Vanga foresaw, a country destined to command influence across continents? This prophecy challenges us to look beyond headlines and examine the forces shaping our world. As Turkey strengthens its position, what lessons can we learn about resilience, strategy, and ambition? Great nations are not built overnight. They rise through vision, perseverance, and the ability to navigate both opportunity and crisis. Whether or not Turkey fulfills this prophecy, one thing is clear. We are witnessing a transformation in global power dynamics, and it invites us all to think, what does it take for a nation to truly rise? Does it come from economic strength, military dominance, or the ability to unify and inspire? Share your thoughts, because history is being written before our eyes, and the future is shaped by those who dare to envision it. 2. India. The Eastern superpower. Baba Vanga's prophecies have long sparked curiosity and debate, often filled with symbolism that leaves room for interpretation. Yet one message seems clear. She foresaw a massive shift in global power, one that could redefine the world as we know it. As we look at current global trends, one question emerges. Could India be the Eastern superpower she predicted? Many believe so, and the evidence is compelling. India is already a rising force on the world stage, not just in economic terms, but also in technology, space exploration, and cultural influence. Predictions indicate that by 2025, India's economy will surpass Germany and Japan, securing its place as the world's third largest economy. But Baba Vanga's vision wasn't just about economic might. It was about a nation leading in multiple domains, pushing boundaries and shaping the future. And when we look at India's advancements, it's hard to ignore the possibility that she was speaking of this nation. India's progress in space exploration is a testament to its ambition. The Chandrayaan missions have already placed India among the elite few to reach the moon, and its aspirations now extend to Mars and beyond. This rapid advancement is not limited to space. India is making waves in artificial intelligence, with a booming startup culture that's driving innovation on a global scale. The country is also investing heavily in renewable energy, positioning itself as a leader in sustainable solutions for the future. In defense technology, India is developing cutting-edge systems, strengthening its position as a formidable global player. But beyond these industries, India's cultural and philosophical influence is also growing. Yoga, meditation, Ayurveda, and spiritual wisdom rooted in Indian traditions are increasingly embraced worldwide. Could this be part of the transformation Baba Vanga hinted at? A nation not only rising in power, but also reshaping global consciousness. As India's presence continues to expand, the signs of a shift in global leadership are undeniable. The balance of power historically dominated by the West is tilting, and India is at the forefront of this change. It is a nation with an ancient past and a future brimming with potential. A country that seamlessly blends tradition with modernity, spirituality with technology. If Baba Vanga's vision is unfolding as we speak, then we are witnessing history in the making. The question now is, what role will India play in shaping the new world order? Will it emerge not just as a superpower, but as a guiding force for humanity's progress? The future holds the answers, but one thing is certain, India's journey is only just beginning. What do you think? Are we seeing the dawn of the Eastern superpower Baba Vanga predicted? Let's discuss. 3. Brazil. The sustainability leader. Brazil, a land of untamed beauty and immense natural wealth, has long been a nation of paradoxes, struggling with economic instability, political turmoil, and environmental degradation, while simultaneously holding the key to a sustainable future. Now, as we edge closer to 2025, the winds of change are sweeping across the country, fulfilling what some believe to be Baba Vanga's prophecy of a South American nation rising to global prominence. With its abundant forests, mighty rivers, and endless sunshine, Brazil is not just recovering, it is transforming into a beacon of sustainability and renewable energy. This shift is not merely about economic progress, but about a greater responsibility, a call to lead the world toward a greener and more balanced future. As the nation amplifies its investments in hydroelectric, solar, and wind energy, it is setting a precedent for other nations to follow. The Amazon, often referred to as the lungs of the earth, is central to this vision. If protected and nurtured, it could position Brazil as a global symbol of environmental stewardship. An embodiment of the Buddhist teaching, do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Right now, Brazil has an opportunity to act decisively in shaping its destiny. However, sustainability is not just about harnessing natural resources, it is about striking a delicate balance between growth and preservation. In the past, Brazil's reliance on deforestation for economic expansion came at a tremendous cost, threatening the very ecosystem that could be its greatest strength. But as the world increasingly turns toward green solutions, Brazil's leadership in renewable energy could be a game changer. The country already ranks among the top producers of hydroelectric power, and its ambitious expansion into solar and wind energy is redefining what is possible. Visionaries see Brazil's potential not just as an economic powerhouse, but as a moral compass, proving that prosperity and environmental responsibility can coexist. This aligns with the wisdom of Mahatma Gandhi. The earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. If Brazil can maintain this delicate equilibrium, it may fulfill Baba Vanga's vision and rise as the sustainability leader the world so desperately needs. Yet, true transformation is never without its challenges. Corruption, economic disparities, and deforestation still cast a long shadow over Brazil's progress. But history has shown us that nations, like individuals, have the power to change their course when faced with a defining moment. The key lies in leadership that prioritizes long-term well-being over short-term gains, a principle deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy, mindfulness in decision-making, and compassion in governance. As Brazil takes steps to implement stronger environmental policies, invest in clean energy, and engage in global discussions on climate action, it has the potential to become more than just a regional force. It could be a guiding light in the global pursuit of sustainability. In a world grappling with climate crises, economic inequality, and resource depletion, Brazil's rise offers a lesson to all nations. The future belongs to those who respect and protect the earth. Now, the question remains, will Brazil fully embrace this path and solidify itself as the nation Baba Vanga foresaw, or will it falter under the weight of its own contradictions? As we watch history unfold, one thing is certain. Our collective future depends on how nations, businesses, and individuals choose to act today. If Brazil succeeds in its mission, it will not just be a victory for one country, but a triumph for the entire planet. What do you think? Can Brazil fulfill its destiny as a leader in sustainability? Share your thoughts below, because the conversation about our future is one we must all take part in. If you've watched up to this point, you're already unlocking the mysteries of Baba Vanga's 2025 predictions. Comment below with "Future awaits" to show you're ready to embrace these powerful insights. But don't stop here. There's still more to uncover about the rise and fall of nations. Stay until the end to grasp the full picture of what could shape our world in the coming year. The prophecy of declining nations. Baba Vanga's prophecies not only foretell the rise of new global powers, but also warn of turmoil and decline for others. Her visions hint that 2025 could be a pivotal year, one of reckoning for three major nations. As the world witnesses the emergence of new leaders, it must also prepare for the struggles that await some of its long-standing giants. Which countries stand at this crossroads, and what challenges will they confront? The answers may be woven into the complex tapestry of current global events and the ever-shifting balance of power. 1. The United States. The United States, long hailed as a beacon of strength and resilience, now stands at a crossroads where internal division and economic instability threaten to shake its very foundations. Throughout history, great nations have not fallen solely due to external threats, but from the fractures within, discontent, mistrust, and the erosion of unity. Baba Vanga's prophecy for 2025 suggests that the US may soon face its greatest test yet, a period of deep political turmoil, financial uncertainty, and civil unrest that could redefine its future. While many may dismiss such predictions as mere superstition, one cannot ignore the signs already visible today: an increasingly polarized society, an economy burdened by mounting debt, and leadership struggles that further fuel discord. The echoes of history remind us that no empire is immune to decline. The Roman Empire, once unmatched in its dominance, crumbled not from an external invasion alone, but from corruption, overreach, and a failure to unite its people in times of crisis. The same could be said for countless other civilizations that once flourished only to collapse under the weight of their own internal conflicts. As the United States grapples with widening ideological divides, social unrest, and economic uncertainty, one must ask, are we witnessing history repeating itself? The economic challenges are especially alarming. Inflation, a national debt exceeding trillions, and the looming risk of a financial downturn create an unstable foundation for the future. Historically, economic downturns have often been the catalyst for civil unrest and major societal shifts. The Great Depression of the 1930 SS didn't just bring financial hardship. It reshaped the political and social landscape of the nation. Today, with rising costs of living, job insecurity, and a growing wealth gap, the economic strain is fueling frustrations that could manifest in protests, strikes, and even more extreme forms of resistance. The teachings of the Buddha remind us, an insincere and evil friend is more to be feared than a wild beast. A wild beast may wound your body, but an evil friend will wound your mind. In this case, the evil friend could be greed, unchecked ambition, and the prioritization of power over the well-being of the people. If those in power do not act with wisdom and compassion, the nation may soon find itself in a state of irreversible decline. At the heart of this crisis is a nation divided. Political discourse has shifted from debate to battle, where winning is prioritized over unity, and where disagreement is seen as an act of war rather than an opportunity for growth. The words of Abraham Lincoln ring true. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The dangers of extreme polarization are not just theoretical. They have led to civil wars, revolutions, and the downfall of many once powerful states. Social media, once a tool for connection, now acts as an amplifier of division, spreading misinformation and fueling outrage. In an age where emotions outweigh facts, and where loyalty to one's party or ideology surpasses loyalty to the greater good, can the United States truly find a path forward? Or will it succumb to the very forces that have brought down so many before? But history also tells us that crisis can bring opportunity. The United States has faced hardships before and has emerged stronger each time. Whether it was the Civil War, the Great Depression, or the turmoil of the 1960s, resilience has been a defining characteristic of the nation. Yet resilience alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by wisdom, adaptability, and a willingness to change. The greatest empires did not fall because they were weak. They fell because they refused to evolve. The United States still has the chance to prove that it can learn from history rather than repeat it. As the world watches with bated breath, the question remains, will Baba Vanga's prophecy be a warning heeded or a fate fulfilled? The answer lies not in the hands of a mystical prediction, but in the actions and choices of the people today. Will unity, reason, and foresight prevail, or will division and greed accelerate the decline? 2. Russia. Baba Vanga, the enigmatic blind mystic whose prophecies have captivated the world for decades, has often spoken of Russia's fate, warning of internal betrayals, leadership struggles, and economic turmoil. As we move closer to 2025, her predictions seem eerily relevant. With ongoing geopolitical tensions, international sanctions tightening their grip, and increasing internal dissent, Russia stands at a pivotal moment in its modern history. The world watches as the nation faces a potential crisis that could reshape not only its own future, but also the global order. The cracks within the Russian leadership have become more visible, and if Baba Vanga's foresight holds true, these fractures could widen into an all-out internal coup or drastic governmental overhaul. Political shifts of this magnitude rarely happen without consequences, and should such an upheaval occur, it could send ripples across the world, destabilizing economic markets and altering power dynamics in unforeseen ways. The economic forecast for Russia, as seen through the lens of Baba Vanga's prophecies, is equally alarming. A financial collapse of significant scale has been foretold, one that could shake the very foundations of the nation and beyond. With Western sanctions already exerting immense pressure, isolating Russia from global trade networks and weakening its financial stability, the possibility of a deep economic downturn becomes increasingly plausible. A free-falling ruble, rising inflation, and dwindling foreign investments are already taking their toll, affecting businesses and everyday citizens alike. If this downward spiral continues, it may reach a point where recovery becomes a daunting challenge. Such an economic collapse wouldn't just impact Russia, it would have global consequences, sending shockwaves through international markets, affecting energy supplies, and potentially triggering financial instability in other regions. Historically, Russia has been known for its resilience, emerging stronger from wars, political upheavals, and economic downturns. However, Baba Vanga's prophecy suggests that this time may be different. The combination of internal leadership struggles and economic hardship may create a storm that even a historically strong nation could struggle to weather. The fate of its leadership will play a decisive role in determining whether the country can navigate these turbulent waters or succumb to deeper instability. If a shift in power does occur, will it bring reform and relief, or will it lead to further chaos? The answer remains uncertain. For the world, these developments serve as a stark reminder of how interconnected modern nations have become. What happens in Russia does not stay in Russia. It influences global politics, economic stability, and even societal structures in other countries. Whether we witness a collapse or an unexpected turn of resilience, one thing is clear. The coming years will be crucial in shaping not just Russia's future, but the geopolitical landscape as a whole. As individuals, we must stay informed, understand the broader implications, and prepare for potential economic shifts that could arise from such instability. The world stands at the edge of uncertainty, and as 2025 approaches, we are left to wonder, will Baba Vanga's ominous prediction come to pass, or will Russia defy the odds once again? Time, as always, will reveal the answer. 3. The United Kingdom. Throughout history, great nations have risen and fallen, often shaped by forces beyond their control. Political strife, economic downturns, and shifting alliances. But what happens when a once mighty empire begins to fracture from within? Baba Vanga, the famed blind mystic whose prophecies have fascinated people for decades, warned of a former colonial power facing severe decline. Many believe she was referring to the United Kingdom, a nation that, since Brexit, has been grappling with deep political and economic uncertainties. The question that lingers is, could the UK, a country that once ruled vast territories across the world, be on the verge of a historic breakup? Consider the growing tensions among its member nations. Scotland has been pushing harder for independence, Wales has started questioning its place in the Union, and Northern Ireland faces increasing pressure to reunite with the Republic of Ireland. What if these internal divisions escalate? Could 2025 mark a turning point that reshapes the very foundation of the UK? The economic landscape provides further cause for concern. Baba Vanga's prophecy warned of financial distress sweeping through Western Europe, and the UK's economy is already showing signs of strain. Since Brexit, trade agreements have been in flux, businesses have faced uncertainty, and the pound has experienced notable instability. The cost of living crisis has deepened, inflation has surged, and industries once reliant on seamless trade with the European Union now struggle to find stability. With global markets teetering on the edge of recession, could the UK find itself uniquely vulnerable, its economic woes fueling the very divisions that threaten its unity? Scotland, with its abundant natural resources and strong push for EU reintegration, has been vocal about charting its own path. Wales, long seen as a quieter member of the Union, is now witnessing growing discussions about autonomy. Meanwhile, Northern Ireland, with its complex history and deep ties to both Britain and Ireland, faces renewed debates over the Good Friday Agreement and the impact of Brexit on its border policies. The cracks are visible, but how deep do they run? And more importantly, can they still be mended, or are we witnessing an irreversible shift? History has shown that empires, no matter how powerful, are not immune to decline when internal strife weakens their foundations. The disintegration of the Soviet Union, the fall of great European empires. These events were once unthinkable, yet they unfolded before the world's eyes. Could the UK follow a similar path? And if so, what would that mean for its people, its economy, and its place on the global stage? Change, after all, is inevitable. The real question is whether a nation can adapt before it's too late. Will the UK find a way to redefine itself, or are we on the verge of witnessing history unfold in a way few ever expected? What do you think? Are we seeing the beginning of the end for the United Kingdom as we know it? If you're still watching, you're already one step ahead in understanding Baba Vanga's chilling 2025 warning. Comment future insights below to show you're ready for what's coming. But the journey isn't over. Stay with us until the end to discover how these predictions might impact global power and your own future. Number 4. The wisdom to navigate change. Baba Vanga's prophecies, whether viewed as mystical insights or reflections of deep historical patterns, serve as a reminder of one undeniable truth. Change is inevitable. Nations rise and fall, economies shift, and global power structures are never permanent. But while prophecy can hint at what is to come, it is human wisdom, action, and adaptability that determine the outcome. The real question is not just which nations will ascend and which will decline, but rather, how can individuals, communities, and societies prepare for an uncertain future? As we approach 2025, the lessons of history and the insights of philosophy offer guidance for both nations and individuals alike. 1. The impermanence of power. Lessons from history. Buddhist teachings emphasize the concept of anicca impermanence. Everything in life, from personal experiences to global empires, is in a constant state of flux. Those who cling to past glories or resist change often suffer, while those who embrace transformation with wisdom and adaptability thrive. History proves this time and again. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire, the British Empire's gradual decline, and the shifts in global superpowers all point to a simple truth. No nation, no system, and no power is eternal. The same applies to economies, industries, and even personal fortunes. Rather than fearing change, we must ask, how can we prepare for it? How can we cultivate resilience, wisdom, and adaptability to navigate the transformations ahead? 2. The importance of leadership and ethical governance. One of the greatest causes of national decline throughout history has been poor leadership. Decisions driven by greed, corruption, and short-term interests, rather than the well-being of the people. The Buddha once said, "A ruler who is corrupt, who oppresses the people, and who seeks only power for himself, brings ruin not only to his own soul, but to the entire nation." For nations to rise and sustain their power, ethical leadership, justice, and the prioritization of the common good are essential. When leaders act with wisdom and compassion, societies prosper. When they sow division and greed, collapse becomes inevitable. For individuals, this lesson applies as well. Our personal choices shape the communities and societies we live in. Supporting leaders and policies that prioritize long-term well-being over short-term gain is key to ensuring stability, not just for one nation, but for the world as a whole. 3. The role of economic strength and sustainability. Economies that are built on unstable foundations, whether through excessive debt, over-reliance on outdated industries, or unsustainable environmental practices, are bound to suffer collapse. Baba Vanga's prophecies align with modern economic realities. The rise of new superpowers like India and Brazil is largely due to their investments in technology, innovation, and sustainable growth. The decline of the US, Russia, and the UK is connected to economic mismanagement, internal divisions, and failure to adapt to new global realities. The lesson here is that true power lies not just in wealth, but in sustainability, innovation, and adaptability. Whether at the national or individual level, the key to long-term success is being proactive, investing in knowledge, skills, and industries that are aligned with the future rather than clinging to the past. For individuals, this means continuously learning and developing new skills, being financially prepared for economic shifts, supporting businesses and policies that promote long-term sustainability rather than short-term profit. 4. Social unity. One of the most common themes in the decline of great nations is internal division. When a society becomes fractured, whether due to political extremism, social inequality, or a breakdown of trust in institutions, it becomes vulnerable to external and internal collapse. Baba Vanga's warning for countries like the US, Russia, and the UK is not just about economic decline, but about deep internal fractures. If these nations fail to heal their divisions, their decline may be accelerated. For individuals, the lesson is clear. Unity is strength. Instead of engaging in toxic tribalism, where differences are met with hostility rather than understanding, we must cultivate dialogue, empathy, and collective problem-solving. The fate of a nation is not just in the hands of its leaders, but in the choices of its people. Focus on common values rather than political divisions. Build strong local communities and support systems. Avoid misinformation and emotional manipulation in media and politics. 5. A call to mindfulness and personal responsibility. Amidst these grand discussions of nations rising and falling, it is easy to feel powerless. But Buddhism teaches us that true power lies in mindfulness, awareness, and intentional action. The fate of the world is shaped not just by governments and corporations, but by each and every individual choice we make. Will we contribute to the destruction of the environment, or will we choose sustainability? Will we allow fear and division to control us, or will we build bridges of understanding? Will we prepare for the future with wisdom and foresight, or will we cling to the past and hope for the best? The Buddha's words offer a guiding light. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. This does not mean we ignore the future. It means we take action now to shape a better one. Instead of waiting for prophecies to unfold, we must make conscious choices today that will determine the path ahead. Practice mindfulness in daily life. Stay informed, but do not be consumed by fear. Cultivate wisdom through continuous learning and adaptation. Lead by example, whether in your family, community, or workplace. Approach life with compassion, understanding that true strength is not in dominance, but in harmony. As we close today's journey through Baba Vanga's 2025 prophecy, one thing remains certain. Change is inevitable. Nations will rise, others will struggle, and the future will unfold in ways we may not yet fully understand. But history has shown that the fate of a country, much like the destiny of an individual, is shaped not just by circumstances, but by the choices made in response to them. Whether these prophecies come true or not, they serve as a reminder that we must stay informed, adapt with wisdom, and prepare for whatever lies ahead. The future is not written in stone. It is shaped by our actions today. What do you think? Are we witnessing the dawn of a new global order, or will history take an unexpected turn? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos, where we continue to explore the mysteries of history, philosophy, and the world around us. Until next time, stay curious, stay wise, and remember, the future belongs to those who seek to understand it. See you in the next video.